Good evening, everyone. I'll start giving. Hey, the Black Barbie, you're the first person. What's going on, my chocolate tea sister? Cecilia, sit down, Riley. Oh, these dogs get on my nerves so bad. Little Miss Muffin, Ashley, Shirley, nothing. Leo, Ashley, Boss Lady, Too Pretty Miss Kitty, Jerome, Edith. Let me see who else. Teresa, New to You, HD Bully, Reginald Johnson, Tam 08, Joy Loves God, Yolanda. Who else is in here? I know it's a Friday night, and oftentimes, like on Friday nights and stuff, people don't. Hi, Tamara. I'm doing just fine, sitting back waiting for my friends that's doing security for Detroit Police Department. They give me the update on the 42 Doug with Yo Gotti. Oh, okay. Boss Lady 2, TV 21, Pumpkin Pooh, Fenice, Phyllis. Y'all know what? I never thought I would say that I'm kind of just tired of being shut in. Like I was going to I didn't even feel like cooking today. I had to order and it was hard to you know, the delivery fees were up. And I guess I could have slipped and I could have just kind of slid on to a place that's not too far from me. I had a taste for some egg rolls. They make these particular type of egg rolls. It's not a Asian restaurant, it's another restaurant. And but I had it delivered. And I'm tired of sitting in. I never thought I would be saying that I'm ready to get back out, but I think it's going to be this way like the whole weekend. People have been getting out on it. I know medical workers and stuff, they got to get out, police officers, first responders and stuff, but Miss T, I'm proud of you last night for not letting those punks. Thank you, Teresa. No, I'm not gonna let them make me mad anymore. It's no need because their days are numbered. Their days are numbered. And then you have to understand when you're dealing with a different mentality, I can't let these folks bring me down to their level. They've been doing this craziness. And I think they just can't help it. So when you're dealing with people with mental illnesses and jealousy and shystiness and all of that, I can't get down to their level. I ain't gonna do it. I like I said, they're the ones that's in trouble. The realty, Diane. I don't know if I said Tam 08. So y'all, other than that, what's going on? I've been seeing people on Facebook talk about they getting out. Hey, nothing. I was trying, y'all. I was trying to get some tea for you all for the platinum. Child, I'm trying to get some tea for the platinum. And that's another thing, I've been noticing like quite a few, not just one, more than one, um, other YouTubers are going into my platinum and stealing my information. And what they're doing is they're waiting to put it out. When you've had exclusive information, they don't talk to anybody that I know at the police department. And so they put it out verbatim how I put it out. They're just waiting to put it out. They're waiting like I guess a couple weeks. I guess they feel like it's a strategy. They really sick. They really sick. um yeah, you guys like, share, and subscribe. But other than that though, um what else is going on? I was thinking, I was like, I'm just kind of glad that the weather, I guess, is happening like this now, because normally around our area we get like a lot of ice storms and stuff in February and all of that. And yeah, we get like a lot of ice storms in February. And it's happening in January. So hopefully we'll have like a early spring. Be quiet, Riley. Ooh, I never thought I would say I'll be glad when Riley go home. Riley, be quiet. Hmm. You're going to have a huge lot. Oh, absolutely. For sure. These people have tried to get loans in my business names. I'm not exaggerating. That came from out over there out of that Mo3 sector. Um it's quite a bit of stuff that they've tried to do and done. And I guess they thought they was gonna be some type of criminal organization or some a bunch of damn petty thieves. Teresa says, I think it's funny everyone gives Sid and Nash crap about his poor and clout chasing blogs. You know what? I don't really even have any issues with Sid and Nash. And I wouldn't have any issues with the rest of them. But I just kind of see what they do. If you get information from somewhere, why don't you just say where you got it from? Don't steal folks' stuff. Um, then you have vloggers like Onan that thinks that he can bully and violate and think he has a right to do it, which is why the feds on him. He thinks that he could bully and violate you and thinks he has the right to do it. Okay. And so I'm told that a lot of what he learned was from out of that Mo3 sector. He single-handedly helped to take him down. I guess they thought he was gonna be on board with them. Hey, Omar. um, Kevin. I think it's just a shame though. But like I said, I wouldn't even have any issues with anybody on here. I don't. I wouldn't. I do now based on what they've done to me. Um and when you do some of the things that they've done, like these people have tried to get stuff in my name. The women, the women, hacked my phone and did quite a bit of stuff. One of my phones, the police had to marry my phone just to see where it was coming from. So, that's very uncomfortable. And I had not did anything to them. It was just pure obsession. And so that's a sad thing. When you're doing dirt, you setting folks up. You got people um within your sector or whatever that is setting people up. And you're doing some real dirt. I don't know why they wouldn't pull their coattail and tell them to stop. But I think it's just all a part of their bullying tactics, of thinking a lot of them, and it's other sectors too. Um, but it was that Mo3 sector that became very obsessed with me. And that Mo3 sector has quite a bit of pedophiles and stuff, violators and stuff in their sector. I don't know what kind of organization that they think that they're running with, but one of the people that had reached out to me, and I'm not going to say too much about it, and I've had a lot of people to reach out to me. And what I did was quite a few of them was willing to speak with the person that is investigating that sector. Um, but I will say this: I remember one of the people had said to me that they was getting into the trafficking business. And so I think it was more of an obsession with me, which really has gotten them in trouble. Um, but I think they also just wanted to try to just run me off, you know, because I didn't come on to YouTube um to investigate anyone. I was just wanting to I came onto YouTube because I wanted to talk about my missing persons, and I'm hearing that one of the guys from out of the Mo3 sector that talks about missing persons didn't want that. I don't know how he thought he was going to stop it. But he didn't want that. He was one of the ones that was had their hackers deleting my missing persons videos. How sick is that? But his time is up too. And but I didn't come on here bothering anyone. I came out here doing my blog, like I said. When it just so happens when I came back onto YouTube and I decided that I was going to start getting on YouTube and allow what I was talking about on my TV show to spill over as far as the missing persons and bringing awareness, just to cold cases and stuff. That's something I've been doing. If you look at my, videos that I had uploaded like 9 years ago when I first started doing my TV show, right? And I guess the women started hating too. They started trying to get um business loans and welfare and stuff in my name. So that's why the feds are involved in that. I'm telling you, they tough. It's a lot of stuff I ain't said. And and they knew I wasn't I guess they thought that, it was intriguing to them because they knew I was a private investigator. And so I was that was around the time, contrary to what any vlogger may believe. I don't care what kind of voodoo they go and did and stuff. They didn't have anything to do with my dad's death, right? It was just this time. Ain't no vlogger on here, God. And as a matter of fact, if they think that way, they'd a pure devil. And the grave that they had thought they dug for me is still empty. You'll probably see him in it of an overdose. Okay, that's if he did what they said he did. I don't even wish death on him. I feel sorry for him. We pray for him. We always when we get into do our prayer on Wednesdays. We always calling his name and stuff out. I hope God changed his heart because he's a sick individual. And And you talking about them old mothers that know how to pray. So I really feel sorry for them. But and so that's why I say I have to change my heart. But I didn't come on here to bother anybody. As a matter of fact, I didn't bother anybody. But once they saw, because one of the young ladies who had reached out to me to let me know that they also had hacked my computer and stuff, she says that somebody, and she told me who it was in the Mo3 sector, they was looking for compromising pictures of me. When they found out that she had told me about, she was one of the ones that was telling me about what was going on. This stuff has been getting documented for almost a year now, what these folks is doing. She said they hacked her and got pictures of her giving fellatio that she had in her phone with her boyfriend. And so she said that they was looking for, she said that they was looking for pictures, compromising pictures of me. One thing about me, because I have worked for the police department for so long, I don't do compromising pictures. And so she said that what they was going to do was they had gotten some pictures out of when they hacked me. They had gotten some pictures of me. And I thought I was like, wow, dog, the only picture that I ever had was one of my ex-boyfriends had asked me, he was out of town. He was like, send me a picture. And it's funny that I sent him a picture and I had on a bra. I had on a bra, right? But everything else, it was just I had on a bra. So I know that's not intriguing hell. But she said they was looking for compromising pictures of me so that they could try and blackmail me like they did another vlogger on here. And she sent me that. All of that's been sent up to the investigators and the FBI and all of that. This stuff has been going on for a while, where she had sent me emails of when they was trying to blackmail her into not speaking about vlogging about something. All of it. The people's names was on it, the CCs, everything. They was planning to do that to me. I mean, they weren't going to be able to. And then she said that they had a white guy that photoshops that, and I actually end up talking to him down in Texas that works with that Young Dolphin Solve page, because it's a few of them. It's two black bloggers and that white guy, and it's probably more than that, because one of the guys who had told me about their hacker that's down in New York had given the name of their hacker in New York that they've been on for a year. That's just one of their hackers. Thank you, 1970 King. He told me that there were several people that worked that page, and as of right now, I found out about 3 of them. Although one of the people that's been working on this says that there are a couple more. And anyways, that's what they had intended to do. Intended to do. And so they have quite a few people. They was having I have to give it to some other people, even if we're not cool anymore. They would call me and say they having hacking classes. Certain bloggers I had never even heard of. They're not doing it now, but it don't matter, because they got that. They would be on their channels, I guess people would pay them. They was showing them how to hack and compromise people's pages. So the good thing about it, when people start falling out with folks, and they would call me, they giving a hacking class, they gone into a room, a chat, and they're talking about selling people's social security numbers to get credit cards and stuff. So like I said, these were people who had dealt with these folks before that was reaching out to me to let me know, y'all, they try to get a business loan in my business name. Somebody tried to get a car in my name. My debt ratio up real high. Somebody tried to, I hate that I had spoke about my father. It made me I contacted my stepmother And somebody ran my dad's credit as of recently. That's being looked into. And he's been passed away for almost a year. Another young lady that was my moderator left because they hacked her and called her dad, who is elderly, and was like, in Texas, she's from out of Texas, come and pick your car up. And her dad was like, wait a minute, I ain't got no car. What you talking about? They had them went to the Hispanic place, a place where Hispanic owned a little car lot, and the people that they was financing the car through ran the credit and got her dad's information, and just so happened to call her dad, thinking that they was saying, and her dad was like, I ain't got no car. So they was getting these folks been doing some everything on here. That's the reason why when y'all hear me say it's gonna be the takedown gonna be bigger than Backpage, it is. Now, one of the guys that I had talked to from out east, he didn't tell me everything. He kind of held back, but he said enough when he said, well, yeah, I was gonna do some business with them, but I just want you to know they're more so. And he named the vloggers. They're into the they're getting into the human trafficking type situation with young girls. So, like I said, it's really pathetic. Why they would want to mess with me? Like I said, they had gotten away with it so long because I was in a depression. I was only getting on here like when my dad was sick. I knew when my dad had gotten sick. And then I sank deeper into a depression when that hospital did not do what they were supposed to do for my dad. My dad thought that he was okay. Okay. My dad thought that he was okay, and the bed was broken. And in my dad's condition, they were supposed to have an alarm, and the bedpost, a lock on the bed. The hospital's bed was broke, and the alarm was broke. And my dad got up and fell and hit his head on the table next to his bed and went into a coma for almost 3 months. And so that took me into a depression. So when he started waking up, he was not himself anymore. So he really just started deteriorating faster. And so I was just getting on here as an outlet because I wasn't really making no money, to try to keep my mind off of what was going on. You had Onan coming at me, you had Countdown John, Ratchet, all of these folks, all of that Mo3 sector, all of these people I'm finding out about that was working together. And I was not saying anything. You even had Auntie Fee to turn on me, right? And so all of these people was coming at me. I was not saying nothing because I had people praying for me that was saying, do not come out of that positive energy because this is what your dad. Okay. You're right, Francine. I agree. And that's what they were not doing. And trust me, they've already tried to settle with us. And it's really just, I tell you, I remember when I was sitting in there praying for my dad, and there's a lady that walked in there that worked for the hospital that cleaned up, that knew what had gone on. And she started talking, and she was like, I don't know what y'all gonna do about that, but let me slide you my number in case you need me, because I'm gonna be leaving here anyways. Because I don't like the way they do things here. I don't like the way they treat patients. And that was an angel that God had sent. And once they saw realized we had a witness or whatever, it's really pitiful how they try and settle with Black people. And if you look at the settlements, when it's negligence with Black people and their family members and the whites, the settlement is always 3 times less. We're not hurting for no money because my dad pretty much hooked us up. And so we could wait this out because they're going to pay for the attorney fees anyways, because that's what we're requesting. So however long they want to perpetuate this, they're going to have to pay the attorneys. We don't give a damn. Right. Because I feel like they're the reason that my dad went down that fast. I had not been able to talk about it because I was so stressed out. But I was just getting on here as an outlet at that point, and they would not leave me alone. They kept making me get out of that energy that I was trying to stay in, that it would take to for my dad to get well. I feel like if they had not been fucking with me, I would not have had to come out of that negativity, because I was going to stay on here anyways, because God has put me on a mission to talk about missing persons, Ratchet. So that's my mission. So if you think you're going to send a hit my way, if you think you're going to send folks at me, I mean, people are already watching you, right? You got it confused. So anyways, and you'll be sending them to their death, because we're on high alert, because we see what we're dealing with as it relates to these people on here. I know they tried to put it all on and they knew they knew how I felt about him, right? So they was doing stuff because they knew I would direct all the energy at him, in which I do. But I understand that it's a bigger picture. He wasn't doing everything. As a matter of fact, I realize now they had a lot of people reaching out to me saying he was doing this, and that, and it was them. He was doing a lot of shit now. And so, like I said, I feel like I had to come out of that energy to battle with them. Some the energy that I needed to stay in I needed to vibrate on a certain frequency. I feel like, for my dad to live, and they kept messing with me and taking me out of that healing energy. And so I've been praying about it, because I've had revenge on my mind. But like my mother was saying to me today, you don't have to avenge nothing. God already got it. Look at what's happening. And you ain't had to do nothing. It's been people around them that's been avenging it, been doing it. These folks been investigating these folks for almost a year, based on the people that has been around them that was reaching out to me. Well, I don't know Ratchet, but I was just told that, he was one of the ones that was violating me. Basically, that's why I love that scripture where it says they come at you one way and they flee in 7 different ways, and they start turning on each other. I ain't much had to do nothing. All of the people that they have dealt with has been doing it, that they've fallen out with has been doing it, because they know the inside, right? They know the inside of their organization. Because I didn't know what these folks was doing. I didn't care. I had bigger fish to fry. My dad was important to me. Just because I wasn't getting on here talking about it, I was not going to give it life. That's why I wasn't getting on here talking about it. I was not going to give death life. But it was his time. It was just his time. No nigga, no voodoo witch, no voodoo priest, no Haitian, no nothing had anything to do with my dad's death. And the thought in their mind has already, they already got a death date. And it's going to be a real atrocious one. That's what that karma does, if they thought that they did. Yeah, they turn on each other. That's what they always do. They always turn on each other. Shit, I have all kinds of folks reaching out to me. As soon as they would fall out, they was doing so much shit to me. As soon as that was falling out, like one of the people that they claimed was one of, I don't know, he claimed he was not a hacker, but everybody else claimed he was one of the main ones, had reached out to me. So, when, like I said, when they fall out with each other, that's what they do. Hey, that's what they do. I'm not mad about it. He wanted me to know whatever they got on you, I didn't do it. They asked me to do it, I wouldn't do it. The FBI got that in an email because he sent me the email. He first put it up under my, and I took pictures of it up under my um comments, and then he asked me for my email and I gave it to him, and he gave me details in an email. He said, I want to get my name out of it. I didn't do whatever they got, and they asked me to do it. I wouldn't do it. They wanted information on you and your mama. Now, why would a motherfucker want information on my mama? That's right there. That right there get a motherfucker whole family taken out. Doing shit like that to people. I'm just saying in general. I ain't saying I'm gonna do it. I'm just saying stuff like that happen. I grew up around gangsters and gorillas. Understand that. That didn't take too kind to these sissies on here because they don't even get on the internet doing what they was doing. They talk about the Bovans. I grew up around dudes that was way more vicious than them. But I don't believe in violence. I don't. I believe in peace. And I believe in defending, myself and my family. That's what I believe in. I believe in defending myself and my family when the person is a threat to my person. Okay. Diane says Ash and Beta. Don't y'all want it? Hey, rest in peace, young Dolph. I agree, Teresa, whatever you put out, because even if I had issues with somebody, it ain't no way in the world that I would even want to. Right, that's what they are, keyboard gangsters and pedophiles. Keyboard gangsters and sexual predators, because that's what they are. Oh no, rest in peace, young Dolph. We on here just vibing. We've been the weather has been bad, and he said, tell me what's good. Well, it ain't nothing good because they've been out in the streets acting a fool. Normally in the cold, black people don't even like to come out. They won't even get up out the bed. These Negroes been all at the Burger King having shootouts and stuff. Francine said that the officers stayed kicking in the doors. I'm telling you, I feel sorry for the people that's got the first responders. The courts are closed. Everybody got to stay in jail till Monday. So I already told my cousins, your asses go to jail. Don't call me because it ain't a damn thing I can do about it until next week. They likes to, oh, I don't know what to say about the younger ones. They crazy. Y'all think Gotti gonna be in Detroit tonight at Burger King? Oh well, Lord, it jumped so fast. I said Burger King. Y'all think Gotti gonna be in Detroit tonight with 42? I believe so. I don't know if he's gonna be there with 42 Doug. He's been very quiet. Do you all have chains on your tires? Excuse my ignorance. I've never really been in snow. Um, Killing is a sport now. Reasons being, jail has become comfortable with social media and outside food delivered. It's almost a move for clout. It is. I can't understand why, out of all the things, like people used to fight, people are afraid to fight now. To me, that's just so wimpy to be sitting up just taking folks out. And I never thought that I would see how men could be so comfortable with violating women. And that's the reason why I say, like, the dudes that I grew up around, even because I grew up in the hood until I was 12. I think I told you all this in the projects. And then that's why I've always been able to like chill with identify with people that's from out the hood and people that's not in the hood. Because even still, when we moved, like a lot of my friends and my family members was still in South Memphis, so I never turned my nose up at anybody because I came from that. But even still, like a lot of like the serious relationships that I've had, the majority of them have been with street dudes, and these were like hardcore street dudes, and they still were gentlemen. They had respect, they had rules. They ain't gonna argue with no women. They ain't gonna violate no woman. They ain't gonna do it. That's a violation to them. But you get and a lot of the guys that I dated now they're in their late 40s or early 50s because I dated guys older than me, and it's still the same. Somebody was telling me that J Rail about a 93-year-old woman they had taken out a 93-year-old woman. Now this is a 93-year-old lady who just want to live out the rest of her life. And some damn fool go and take her out. He shouldn't even be able to go back to his hood. Whoever he is, when he get back to his hood, his OGs should be telling him, "Come on, young bro, let's take a walk." And then when they come back, he ain't with them. Wow, that's when I stopped fighting. The weapons came out during my time in Chicago. You did street fighting. Cecilia says she's going to find out if Gotti is in Detroit. A lot of these people don't care about going to hell. They don't. So when I got on here and I saw, different men doing different stuff, especially they in their late 30s and 40s and stuff, it was a shock to me because they call themselves gang members and stuff like that. Like I said, I grew up around street dudes. I've dated street dudes. It's not their fault that I guess they were a victim of their environment at that time, but they still they still had a foundation on the inside of them, where they knew to respect their elder. Um they love the kids and basically took care of the kids in their neighborhood and stuff. I'm not glorifying what they did to be able to do it. I don't, it wasn't right, but they still was cut from a different type of cloth. I don't know what these niggas cut from now. They ain't cut from no cloth. They straight up tissue trash. They straight up tissue with shit on it that needs to be flushed. I got cousins right now, the ones that still out in the street. A lot of them have turned their lives over. They own clubs and stuff in Memphis and restaurants. You know, my aunties and stuff used to be stressed when they were in the streets. Some of them just don't know how to get out the streets. It's unfortunate, but I see, like one of my cousins who was in the streets real heavy at one time, and now he has a very successful club. And he talk about like his sons that are in the street now. It's so sad because when I be seeing him, I said, Lord Jesus, I think he blames himself, and he should, you know, because when they was coming up, he stayed in and out of jail. They saw him living that street life. And so that's why people have to be very meticulous about what they do. But to be in your late 30s and 40s and 50s and thinking that setting folks up, putting women on the corner, first of all, your luck, you ain't gonna have no luck. A lot of these men don't even understand that the woman is the blessing. The woman is the blessing, right? And so that's the reason why when you see men and they find themselves a good woman, a lot of times they start going up because she is the blessing. She can help to elevate with her mind whatever he has going on. But as I always say, it's unfortunate in our community that men are they talk about. That's the reason why I start blocking um men that come in here that has a habit of thinking that they can disrespect women. This a man came in here last night telling, yeah, you want to put that thing on lock. And the reasons why I've started being so I guess transparent is because I know I have a lot of women in here. I know before I was real guarded and I wasn't saying a whole lot. I was talking about what was going on, but I wasn't telling people a lot about myself. But these Negroes had decided that they was gonna know more about me than they wanted to violate me. These men did. And so I'm transparent now as far as my celibacy and all of that, because I know I have a lot of women in here, and I get a lot of Facebook messages and stuff from women saying, you encourage me and all of that. You don't have to tell. Of course, I'm not going to tell every part of my life, but if I can encourage somebody, we help to encourage each other. Because I have things that I go through. I forget who it was that left a comment on one of my left me a comment. I believe it was yesterday or the day before. And I had gotten so angry at somebody that came into the chat. And I promise you, it was so needed. Like the encouraging words that he gave me. It gave me life. That's why I say you have to learn to speak life. I'm not letting these bottom feeders take me down to the bottom of the swamp with them. That's where they are able to thrive. And I don't deal with people that deal with folks that violate. You know, I could be pretty cool with somebody. I might think they cool. I ain't got no issues with them, but I watch who people affiliate themselves with and who they align themselves with. And if you know that person is garbage and you see how they violate and all the things that they do, and you align themselves with them, I already know that's not a person that I want to support. I don't have no issues with them, but I don't want to support them because me, and this is just how I am. I don't expect for people to be like me. A person could not have done nothing to me. But if I see what they're doing to other people and they have a habit of doing it and they feel like they have a right to do it and they take pride in doing it, violating folks, I can't I don't deal with people like that. I don't. I can't do it. Um, nothing says, yeah, I'm aware of that. You got women that have skills. They have skills in what was the investigator saying? I forget. In internet security and things of that nature. And they let these vloggers use them to violate. And they got kids and stuff, small children that need them, and they let them use their skills to get on here and violate and do security. I'm gonna tell you what had happened when I said that it was some hackers from out of they was using from out of other countries. He said, "What did you say?" He said, "Did you say from out of other countries?" He said, "Oh yeah, that's definitely a security. That's a risk to the United. That's a security risk as it relates to." And let me and see a lot of see when I say stuff like that, you have white vloggers and Hispanic hackers and white hackers that work with these cuckabug heads. And black people believe I don't mean no harm because I love all people. But it's something about when other races say, "Oh, you don't have to worry about nothing." She that they got better things to do, and I guess that's a good thing for them, because it's a lot of stuff they get mad at me for saying. They like you can't say that. You can't let the right hand know or the left hand know what the right hand doing. I get mad sometimes. That's the reason why I be mellowed out a lot now. But I think it's a shame though that they're she's lying. They have better things to do. Well, they got better things to do than to be looking at us because the white mans just said it. The white hacker know everything because we the niggas. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't mean no harm, but I've worked for I've been in the criminal justice system for over 20 years. And I ain't never in my life seen another race go down for the black folks. They always put it all on top of their head and turn on them and told on them. And that's why they walk free. It ain't gonna be no different in this. Mark my word, it's already happening. Um, my brother likes to put women down one night. He made me so mad before I knew it. I knocked him to the Yeah, I don't deal with men that like to talk. You have women that laugh and stuff about that when men are being disrespectful to women and stuff. But you understand their mentality because there are a lot of women for some reason have a hate for other women. And a lot of it comes from their trauma and their background and stuff. And then a lot of it is just jealousy. And so they like to see other women tortured who they think, well, she thinks she's something anyway. I want to see them torture her. Women have to do better. And then what happens is one thing about a violator and a predator, they don't like no woman. And before they know it, they've turned around and turned the weapon on them. It always happens. Um, I'm late. Good evening. What's the discussion? It's just open discussion. Beta says, "Oh wow, Cecilia. Well, if they start some stuff, put them out in the cold and let them freeze right where they stand." I know, right? What's weather? Oh, I can imagine that it is very cold in Detroit. Yep. Boosie posted flying over Detroit, a lot of snow. Mm. So I wonder if Boosie is going to be down there. Is he supposed to be a guest? That's sad. No lady should be jealous of another lady. No, they shouldn't be. It ain't no need for it. Um, it's about 10 degrees. Probably it's 42 Doug coming home bash. Oh, 42 Doug coming home bash. I see. Mm. They say Gotti artists always show up for Boosie Bash. Oh, okay. Boosie always have his bashes though down in Baton Rouge, I think. What about the three guys in KC who was watching the game found in the backyard froze to death? Owner of the house, a scientist. Oh my God. Mm. Rest in peace, young dog says I'm back T. We gonna see he gonna be there. Then people saying they doing juke, wait, not without Gotti. I don't know. I think the reasons they have been so quiet is because they don't want people to know. And if you call the funeral home, if you tell the funeral home, because he is at a funeral home, they're not going to release. They're not going to tell you if that body is there or not. If the family asks them not to, I'm sure it's an invitation only, wake and funeral. Yeah, it should be on the low because at this point they don't know what happened. They don't know who it is. So I think that it should be on the low. They're right to do it on the low. Hmm. It is so freaking cold. Robert Woodard. Hey, Robert. Where they perform at Cecilia at the show. I can imagine it's probably below zero in Detroit. Oh, I don't even know if I would want to get out to go to a concert. Jesus Christ. They say that death comes in threes. I'm trying to think, y'all. Who was taken out? Who was unalive before Juke? We know Juke. Did something happen to some people before him? I'm sure, but I'm talking about like I'm trying to think. Um, I can't remember. God, he knows something. He has too much money not to know. Yeah, I'm sure they know who he had been into it with. Morality is a must for sure. Yeah, Teasy, Juke, and didn't they say that someone else was had a funeral? Yeah, a lot of cash deaths though. But even right before Juke, didn't they say somebody had a funeral with one of the Trula Mafia you guys? I'm not sure. The week before or the funeral was the day of. Y'all girl need help with a light bill. Can y'all help a sister out for real? Black Youngster's brother was Snoozy says, I heard it was a Grape Street dude. Hmm. Miss Nelly, you and I will talk about that first. Snoozy Cake says, I heard it was a Grape Street dude. Oh, Big Motor. Absolutely, Big Motor. TZ, Big Motor. Big Motors happened like what back in um yeah, shout out to Mama Duck. Shout out to Mama Duck. What did that link, Tamara? Right, dude from Castelia, but I didn't know dude from Castelia. No, they're not supposed to. Diane. They're not supposed to. Leo says, I think Big Motor was the end of November. Yeah, I know it had not been too long ago. Um, I know it had not been too long ago for Big Motor. I heard it was someone named Tay Grape or something. It's colder than a witch's titty outside. Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. I know, especially with the weather being at freezing, they can't do it nowhere. New to you says, some flogger already saying Juke at his funeral. I can't. 42 Doug concert is at Little Caesar Arena. Glorilla is coming. Yeah, has Glorilla been in demand lately? She's kind of been quiet, or I really haven't been hearing people say anything about Glorilla. And hey, I've always said I want to see Glorilla do well. I don't never talk bad about her because I understand Glorilla came from the trenches of Memphis, in North Memphis. So I be wanting to see the little sister do well. Yeah, that's a good idea too. Beta. I didn't think about that where they have programs. I I do know that they do it in the Memphis area. Even though I'm living in Mississippi now, I don't know a lot about their programs. But I do know for any state, they cannot turn out your electricity and your gas and lights when it is freezing weather. And we're all in close proximity as far as that. NA Production says that is that Matthew said they took Juke's body out of Memphis. Hmm. James says Snoop Dogg's daughter had a stroke. I saw that. They said that his daughter had a stroke. I think it's until like March or April. You're covered. It's Fed law. They can't cut your utilities off. Teresa K says Boleg's family said he died at home. Right. I think Player Cole told me that like a while ago that he had died like of natural causes. He had died in his sleep. I agree, Snoozy K. I agree. I think so too, because Thaddeus is an undertaker. He be working. He works for several of the funeral homes. So um, even if it is at one of the funeral homes in Memphis, he's not gonna say it. Um, the Black Barbie says, "How the hell did someone get close up pictures or video of Moda?" Yeah, I always had issues with that. Oh, they said he was in a rehab trying to recover from a recent incident. I saw that. I saw his brother went in. I saw that. I was looking at that on Cold Figure, I believe. You know, um, he just passed away, and so a lot of them, and you could tell his brother is a street dude. Okay, a lot of these people when they start hearing this misinformation, especially when they're still grieving over their family members and stuff, um, you know, they already grieving. They go in. But I saw that his his brother went in. Hey DJ Sipsaw. T later, how you feel about Jook and Dolph's death? And will Memphis ever come together? You know, I feel like Memphis does not have a choice but to come together. But when you start talking about it's so much death, so many people losing their lives, when you start talking about when it's one thing if you have an argument, if you have a fist fight, that's different. People can reconcile that. But when you start taking people's loved ones away, I mean, that's almost like irreconcilable differences. It's hard to come back from that because I could never be cool with someone that did something, took one of my loved ones away from me, spoke illy of one of my loved ones. I can't do that. And even I mean, it's hard. I guess it takes somebody that truly has like the love of God on the inside of them to do it. Even like I'll say with my dad's situation. Now, nobody did anything to my dad. My dad had been sick for the last 3 years. My brother-in-law said he came to him about 2 years ago and said that he was not going to be around much longer. I mean, it started coming to me why my dad was making sure we all had insurance on him and stuff. But even with people speaking illy of my dad, I can never be okay with any of those folks. Even if I no longer when I no longer feel any anger about what they did to me or said to me about my dad, I can never be okay with them. I'll never be okay with them. Even if when I don't have no problem with them, I'll never be okay with them. Yeah, make sure y'all run the likes up. Make sure you all run the likes up. Hmm. Hmm. Somebody said R. Kelly was free. Who said that R. Kelly was free? I didn't know people were saying he was out. Lord. So do y'all think that they're gonna ever let R. Kelly out? I'm gonna tell you, I feel like what R. Kelly did was wrong, but I feel like the people that enable him to do it should be doing more time than him. You know why? Because they allowed it, they enabled him to do it, they turned him on to a lot of it. And as soon as he started learning how to read and started asking about his money, they put him in jail. They used it what they had introduced him to against him and put him in jail because he said, "Y'all stealing my money." Because it ain't meant. Even though that R. Kelly is the talent, he's a songwriter, he's a producer. He's supposed to be a slave to the white people in the industry and the Jews, right? He's supposed to be a slave to them, even though he is the one with the talent. They're supposed to crack their whip on his back, and he's supposed to give them all of his money. And when he started saying, "Wait a minute, this ain't 1910 no more," they said, "Oh, okay, we introduced you. We already knew you had a weakness for little girls. We introduced you to them, gave you as many as you could stand," which is sickening within itself. Um, So now that you no longer want to be a slave, we're gonna send you. We're gonna use what we introduce you to, your weakness, and send you to jail. We protected you as long as you was making all the money and we was getting it. But since you don't want us to get all your money anymore, you don't want to be a slave. We're gonna send you to jail, and we still gonna get it. So that's why I say a lot of these, a lot of these black artists and stuff need to wake up. If they got a sickness, they need to go get some help. Nothing says, unfortunately, there aren't any laws to prosecute parents for what they did. However, they absolutely deserve right. Because I'm like Master P. Master P said it. Nobody could say it any better than Master P. He said, first of all, my kids ain't gonna be up in there. You already know the history and the rumors about what this man do. Why are you leaving your kids up in a studio with him? So they was basically selling their kids in hopes of getting some money. And they say his balls and stuff stank so bad. Lord have mercy. Tay Kitchen says they said that last night on live. We were discussing that, and hell no, let him stay where he at. Yeah, y'all remember that a homeless lady that was in another that had been in another state said that she was on the street and she asked R. Kelly for some money to eat and for some money for a bus ticket. She saw him and she said he told her, in order for me to give you some money to eat, I'll give you and some money for a bus ticket. I think he gave her like 500 or 1,000. He's so sick. Instead of just doing it from out the goodness of his heart, he told her, you gotta um you know she had to perform fellatio. And she remember the lady said she couldn't get the scent of his balls off of out of her nose, and it wouldn't come off of her mouth. It stunk so bad, and then she ended up having to go to the doctor, end up having to get some money and go use the money to go to the doctor, and her throat and stuff was broke out real bad. It was horrible. She said it wouldn't the scent of his it wouldn't come out for months. Switch B says, Tam, did you see the 10-year-old that was art by a man on a dating site at night? Oh, y'all, let me tell y'all what I just saw. I'm so glad y'all see. I was laying on the couch and I was looking at something, and then y'all know when whatever you're looking at go off, another video just pop up. It's something about when I'm asleep, I can hear conversations in my sleep. It's weird. But as I was laying asleep, I could hear in my sleep what this man was interviewing um this girl. And in my sleep, I was hearing him say she was 13. He asked her how old she was. She said she's 13. And I could hear all this in my sleep. That's why I woke up out of my sleep. I took my computer, went back in the history and found it and listened to it again, conscious, right? And so she's a 13-year-old girl who has been on the street. Um, you ought to see her. Like she said she make a lot of money. Um, but she's a prostitute, okay? And she said she was forced to be a prostitute. She's living in South Central because of the abuse that her mother. She claimed abuse of her mother, that her and her mom be going back and forwards on social media. And so she said this guy. She said, I make a lot of money. The guy gave me 500 just to show my toes to him, and she says that I my toes wasn't even done. He gave me 500 last night. And she said, I be making a lot of money, having sex with tricks and putting it on video and showing it on my site. And she says that she had gotten a trick and he gave her $1,000, and he asked her how old she was. And she said, I lied to him and said 16. And he was like, she said he kept saying, just please tell me it's not true. Just tell me you're younger. Just say it's not true. Just tell me it's younger. She said, it's whack. You have dudes like that. She said he just kept saying, please just tell me that it's not true that you're 16. Please tell me you're younger. She said, and he was like, well, do you know any girls that's out here doing what you're doing, that's like from like 9 to 11 to 12 years old? I don't want anything over 12 years old. She says, and this trick really had money. She said, I was lying to him. I didn't want him to know I was 13, because some men don't want to mess with me if they know I'm younger than 16. But he kept saying, please tell me you're younger, because he like 9-year-olds to 12-year-olds. This guy has a podcast where he actually be on the street, going around in different states and streets, finding young girls that are like 12 and 13 that are actually on the street doing this. And she was talking about how they get her nails done, and she said she don't want no pimp. And y'all, it's just it's sad. It really is. it's sad. I don't know. I don't understand. And I'm so happy. My girls used to, they don't now. They're happy that I did it. They used to always say I smothered them. And mama, you let the police department um mess up our childhood. They used to always say that. I said, how's that? Y'all had everything. No, no, you was paranoid. We couldn't go have spend the night at nobody's house. You wouldn't let us go hang out at nobody's house. I sure did not. I sure did not. Everything was at my house. I made sure that I overly compensated by letting them have. I had a whole lot of kids at my house almost every other weekend. Like even when I was working at the sheriff's office, you can ask some of the girls that I work with that I was cool with. If they had kids that was my girls' age, I would say bring them, drop them off. I overly compensated. I made sure that they had a whole lot of fun because I did not let them go to other people's houses. Now my daughters say, Mama, I sure am glad. One of their friends came to a sleepover at my house when when they were in when my oldest daughter was in the seventh grade. She was her best friend. I always tell people this story because it's the truth. She came to a sleepover in the seventh grade and she never went home until the 12th grade. And that is because she said, Miss Tamara, I feel so safe when I'm at your house. I started finding out what was going on with that girl, and we actually basically raised her. Because if a child says that they feel comfortable, because I know I didn't have men running in and out of my house. It was not going to happen. I didn't when my girls were at home, I didn't let my boyfriend spend the night at my house because I my girls were watching me. I didn't want to have to unload on no man about my child, about my girls. Cause even then they were always tall, they real tall, slender, pretty girls. I would kill a bitch about my kids. Excuse my French. And about anybody else's kids. It ain't normal for no man to be lusting over no damn little girls and little boys. I have a friend that works for CPS right now. And she said a long time ago, she said, ooh, Tamara. She said, you remember how we used to have to watch the little girls? I said, yeah. She said that we have to watch the little boys now. They misusing the little boys. They misuse the little boys. I have the auntie house. I have all them over in how we used to be at our grandmother's house. Right. Like I told him, I overly compensated. I would be tired as I don't know what. But I would make sure I took them places with their friends, like they love Chuck E. Cheese. I overly compensated because they would be asking me, Mom, can I go to this person's slumber party? Can I go spend the night at such and such house? No. And I felt guilty. That's right, Beta. Both are. Yeah, I never forget when I was working in felony response. And one night, like when it was XEX crimes, the investigators work from 8 to 4 in that bureau, but when it was a crime like that, they had to come in, right? Especially if it was a minor. And this white guy came up there, and what happened was his daughter, this was his blood daughter, had gone to her friend's house, and they were like 11, 12 years old, and she would talk to her friend about how her relationship was, what her and her dad did. And the friend knew that it wasn't right, so she told her parents, and she said that stop. She said that the girl would be talking to her like it was normal. I said stop it. And so don't y'all know they brought her daddy in, they arrested him and brought him in. And this is how sick that man was. He was like 42. His wife had died. And when at the time the investigator was Sergeant Williams. I'm not playing with you. I'm so sick of these damn dogs fighting. I'm not playing. Sergeant Williams asked him, was he doing that to his daughter? He said, yeah, I love my daughter. Yeah. And he said that his wife had died and his daughter, he talked like, just like there was no shock value. There was no nothing. Like it was supposed to happen. Yeah, I have sex with my daughter. My wife died and I love my daughter. And she looks just like my wife. He didn't deny it. Y'all, this is how sick people are now. My girls won't go into nobody's damn house, so I have to spray it up. Hell no. You don't even know what these folks' mental capacity is. I don't care how much money they got. And he had money. Y'all, it's so much stuff go on as it relates to that. They cannot put it on the news. When I was working downtown, the SEX Bureau was loaded every single day. It was so many people in the room that the waiting room that they be sitting all out in the hall every single day. Yeah, Miss Kitty was in here earlier. Yeah, Andre, he was sick. Why do you think they were trying to change the marriage laws where men could marry their kids? I'm telling you, I'm gonna tell you what they do. And and I feel like I've always said this from day one. I feel like this is something they wanted to perpetuate with Kevin Gates. Remember when Kevin Gates first came out, he was talking about he went up real quick when he did start coming out. So you already know he had some type of machine behind him. And I'm not saying that I like his music, okay? But Kevin Gates started going up. What he started doing was, and it went viral because when you got a machine behind you, they have the interns and the medias to make whatever they want to perpetuate go viral. And he was talking about how he had found out he was messing around with his cousin. And they was like, what you do when you found out? No, that PUSSY was too good. I ain't stopped messing with her. Well, they use celebrities that they know a lot of the younger generation that don't know any better, that ain't got no guidance, is going to follow. So they wanted to start putting that into the atmosphere that it is okay. They wanted to start promoting incest. So you're right, whoever said that, they wanted to start promoting incest. And a lot of times they raise up a celebrity who will do anything for some money and use them as a vehicle to perpetuate whatever it is that they're trying to promote into the atmosphere. That's the reason why I say we got to stop doing anything for money and fame. Miss Nelly says, Cecilia, I check in Mississippi. I'm not from there. Kimberly says, hey, Tamra and everyone. Hey, Kimberly. I have my grandkids because of a situation like that. The mama ain't having babies with a predator and touching the kids. I have two, and my friend has three of the kids, and she's pregnant. Wow. I asked you that a few weeks ago, Miss Tam, if you remember that mess. Yeah, I remember it. That's what they was using Kevin Gates was. Remember, who was the girl that now everybody's talking about? Because now you hear, because I heard a woman say it, and I was like, are you serious, you old bat? She said, I'm talking about, it was like her third cousin or something. Girl, a cousin is a cousin. If you know you're related, you don't screw your cousins. Now you got everybody talking about third cousin removed, all that, all that. But yeah, that's what they. And then I don't know who artist that was that put that into the atmosphere. That's why everybody talk about eating some booty now. Remember, she had that song out, "Eat My Booty Like Grocery." eat my booty like grocery. And I remember, and I know they put that song out when my girl, look at these damn dogs fighting. Y'all hear them? Riley, you going home. It's final. You going home. I said stop. And so I remember they put that song out when my girls were still like preteens and stuff, because my girls were walking around the house, eat my booty like grocery. Eat my booty like grocery. I heard them one day. I said, what did you say? Eat my booty like grocery. Eat my booty. I said, oh, hell no. Mom, it's a song. I said, oh, hell no. You don't sing that song, period. Riley's something else. Riley got to go, but Remy beats him up. He be trying to hump on her, and then they get to fighting. I understand the Black Barbie. Glad you are there for them. Y'all, when was it that Big Jook was taken out? Was it last? When was it? I miss Juki Fruki. I miss the Juki Fruki bar. I call it a Juki Fruki bar. Girl, no. It's a damn shame that she ain't. My mama said, I guess a baby that ain't got to walk won't walk. I'm ashamed. Even said, I asked my daughter, I said, what y'all gonna do? Have a 2-year-old baby that don't walk? Mama, she don't be wanting to walk. I don't even, my daughter get on my nerves so bad. I be wanting to, I mess around and knock the hell out of her. But when I have her, she walks. Cause I make her, I'll leave her standing up. I said, stop. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I guess he needs to go out. I said stop. Hell. Come on. Bring the bus on. Come on. Okay, y'all, I'm back. did you do some type of test today? Because I got a notification. I did. Yeah, we had to do something because they've been hacking into my StreamYard. So that was a test done. Kenny Adams says, "Hey, what's up? Today was a good day." Yeah, today was a good day. One thing I can say is that I've been resting. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me, please. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking at something. I'm gonna tell you something. Normally it takes, they have a person's funeral in like a week after they die, a week or two. Sometimes they be wanting to wait for people to come in and stuff. So I'm sure they wouldn't have his, but what I have noticed is quite a few of people that was pretty close to him that's on my Facebook page. They haven't said anything about his funeral, but I see they all started posting his picture today with praying hands. So it's probably something going on. You got that right. I might have to use that again. Child, Justin Timberlake is doing the show. I didn't know he still even sang. I used to like Justin Timberlake. You know, he's from Memphis. It's probably going to be private, I'm sure. So witty, man, I don't know how I got these thugged out girls. Laugh out loud, no limit soldiers for sure. I'ma pray for you. Oh wow. I hope this isn't going in the direction of TD Jakes. Let's shut up and hope it goes away. I'm getting they vibe. Memphis is wicked. Yeah, it's a lot of wicked stuff going on. I talked to one of my friends from down in New Orleans. She called me the day before yesterday. She said that it's really bad down in New Orleans also. She said it's gotten so bad that they don't, if it ain't nobody coming, they will not sit at a red light because they was jacking people at red lights and stuff. She said I just politely go right on through the red light. Here in Ohio, they send them to the state coroner, then have to wait like a week for them to release the body. You know, if the family wants to, and they should want the funeral private. I wouldn't, even if I knew when the funeral was going to be, I wouldn't say it. because they don't really know who did this to him. I just hope everything goes okay and no shooting and all right. I hope that too. I hope it be, no shooting. Oh my God. So TD Jakes' church is empty. All of his people have left. Are you all saying that all of TD Jakes' members have left? That man has had over 10,000 members forever. I can't understand, and this is just me. Why would a pastor like TD Jakes want to be partying with Puffy? Why would TD Jakes want to be partying with Puffy? And everybody said Puffy don't bar none at his parties. He don't care who see it. Why would he want to be up in there partying? And don't forget now, TD Jakes' son had gotten arrested some years back in Dallas several times for being over at the park trying to solicit male prostitutes. I think about how I see where Young Miami have started back putting up her pictures or whatever. I thought she had taken pictures down of her and Puffy, but you don't really hear a lot of people talk about her anymore. It's like when that happened with him, the popularity went way down. But hey, I was getting ready to say some more stuff, but I guess I won't say it. I was intending to look at that video they're talking about Luda and Quincy Jones. I'm on a roll. He's been doing this since West Virginia. Let me look this up. I'll be back. Okay. Oh, y'all. The dogs at the patio. Hold on. I know y'all hear them. They're getting on my nerve. Yeah, get down. Get your butt down. Get down. I'm getting ready to see if I could look that up. Well, they were showing, we don't know what day that was. Was it like a Sunday morning? Or was it like a Bible study or something? And it's still people walking on Beale Street. Lord have mercy. As cold as it is. Kenny Adams, just start your channel. Hey, Harold. How have you been? I haven't seen you on here in a while, Harold. How's everything been going? Beat of their bark is all right by me. I didn't see where his members are leaving. Blessed and highly favored. I've been good. How is the weather? You in Kansas, right? How is the weather? He really one of my faves. He's very personable. Thank you, Kenny, for the cash out. Um, I be doing. I be going to his karaoke shows in Alabama sometimes. He was married to one of my best friends. Who you talk about, Snoozy Kate? Who are you speaking of? Snoozy Cake, who you talking about? Harold, is Gates Barbecue still open? Hey, Mama G. Oh, Ricky Smiley. Okay. I like this. I like Alabama. I do. I tell you. Once I need to give me a hold on one second. I need to give me a cybersecurity person. Alabama got a lot of them. I think I'll get me one from out of Alabama. Um, nothing says for sure. You all, please hit the like button for me. Big Dog, I watch a couple on YouTube with Ty. Get down, Remy. Get down. Get down. Tell me you get that little cash out. More to come. Thank you, Kenny. Kenny, you must hit a jackpot at the casino. Kenny likes to go down to the casino. My grandma used to always say that you have to go to the casino when it's thundering and raining. He said, "Don't ask how much." He been saying he want to go to the casino every day. And my grandma used to say, "You have to go to the casino when it's thundering and raining." When it started thundering, because she was a casino addict. Y'all take me to the casino. The thunder gonna make the slot machines jackpot. Child, when it was cold, she would say, "It's time for take her to the casino because when it was freezing cold, that made the machines jackpot." I said, "Lord Jesus." For everybody that's bored at home like me, Tubi has some good new movies. I don't look at Tubi. I be looking at Tubi movies and ooh child. They shoot them movies with their Android camera. I need to go do me on. I got all the equipment and stuff. I got the lights and the cameras and stuff. I got so many cameras. My dad bought me a new camera every single year, a new up-to-date camera. I need to take my equipment and stuff, and I need to shoot me a Tubi movie. My video cameras will be higher tech than what they use. Althea says, Kenny Adams, you in a chat with women. We want to know how much. You know how we women are. You got some money. How much you had won did. I watched that one Tubi movie and haven't watched another one. Plug Love is a classic though. It's some good ones on there with some good production. Oh, is it? I need to get me a team together and do me a Tubi movie, child. Since they're shooting it with androids, I could put my equipment to use. More to use. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm so tired of these dogs. That's right. That's what we have to tell the men. Their money is our money. Too many commercials on Tubi. That's how they get paid, with the commercials. I busted out laughing. I sure am. um, Day Capricorn ain't no joke. I tell you. Hmm. New to you, I busted out laughing. I sure am. I only gamble with my boyfriend. I win and I became addicted. I had one time at one time I was addicted to the slot machines. I was. That's the reason why I didn't go. But when I was addicted to the slot machines, I didn't have a lot of money either. But I can't see myself now taking my money and put it in a slot machine and just put, because you don't stop. Like my mom liked to go and my mother liked to go and play the pennies. Ooh, Lord have mercy. I know she be wanting to go. I'll go and sit with her. And I only take a certain amount of money and I will not take any of my cards or anything. Once I go to the dollar machine, because if I'm a hit, if it's for me, it's gonna happen. And if I hit, it's gonna be big. So I goes over to the dollars. The least that I play is on a 50-cent machine. I remember one time I hit some money on the dollar machine, like 2,500. And I went over, I was like, I've never played the $10 machines before. Y'all, don't y'all know I was like, I'm just gonna put one $10 in there. And don't y'all know I put in one $10. I played 110 and won 4,000. Oh, I was sick as a dog. I should have had loaded it up. Y'all know how much I would have won if I had loaded that thing up? I was sick. I was sick. And the only reason why I played, that was my first time playing a $10 machine. It was because I just wanted to try it because I hit some money. So when I go, so I have to sit there with my mom and she play. It seemed like she play the pennies forever. I'm like, Lord have mercy, Jesus. And she be so happy, just hitting the penny machine, child, just hitting the penny machine. And she seemed like she just be in heaven. And a poor lady I don't know what she win, because if you win a 20,000 pennies, that ain't even nothing. That might be $20 or something. But she be just as happy. Will you go up there and get me some ice cream? I said, oh Lord, I know we're gonna be here a long time now. So I lose my money pretty quick. Because like I said, I go straight to a dollar machine. If I hit, it's gonna be big. If I lose, it's gonna be quick because it goes quick. And it usually goes very quick because I only have a limited amount that I take. New to you says it. My grandma had said that because she was still alive then. She was like, if you had played the max, you probably would not have hit anything. That's what my grandmother said. You guys, I'm going to get Stacy on here. I said that before, right? Stacy is a attorney, and what she's been doing is showing people how to get out of debt. You know how people go and pay credit counselors and stuff. When Stacy was a bankruptcy attorney, she says that when she was working in that particular part of the law, she started seeing why so many Black people were in debt. And Stacy is a good Christian woman, okay? And she said now she's in family law. She does divorce attorney. She's a family attorney, child custody, and all of that. She's gotten into another part of it. And she said God had told her to start helping Black people and doing it for free, on showing them how to write letters to credit counselors, showing us what to do. And trust me, I'm in her group on how to take your credit score up, how to get out of debt, and all for free. She ain't selling nothing. She's a real attorney, and I'm gonna have her in the members. I had been saying that, and she had been ready. Miss Nelly says, yes, my grandma used to say till the next morning, but we used to love taking her. I miss my grandma. Thank you, Darren. I do the penny machines. Oh, girl, I can't do the pennies. I just can't do them. I mean, because if I hit 20,000, I want it to be dollars. I can't digest that. I just hit 20,000 pennies. I mean, and it's $20. I see 20,000. I want it to be dollars. And you be listen. You be hearing people when I just hit them. I got them. Oh, they be screaming so loud. I got 20,000 pennies. And that's $20 or something. After they just sat there and put $100 in the machine, Lord. Mm-mm-mm. Lord. Yeah, I keep saying I need to I'm heading to Bahamas for a week. Oh girl, I promise I'm going to Jamaica. I'm going to Jamaica for maybe a full, well, I wouldn't be able to go for 10 days. I'll start missing my kids and stuff. For 7 days, right? For a full 7 or 8 days. If I say 7, I probably need to go for 8. Cause then that last day I'll be saying I ain't ready to go. Just an extra day. After I leave Jamaica, I'm gonna go home and look at my kids and stuff. And even though they're grown, I'll be missing my grandbaby. And then I'm heading to New York in the summertime. And I could definitely spend 2 weeks in New York. I could spend 2 weeks in New York. Oh, I love going to New York, but one of my at the time, because I told y'all I have a friend in New York. I told y'all, right, about they had a movie that was depicted after their life. So me trying to be honest, with my ex-boyfriend and stuff, he had a damn fit. He did not like for me to go to New York. So I really stopped going because of him. Because I guess he was scared I was gonna go to Harlem, and I was. Snoozy Cake says, I know that's right. They just converted the machines to do nickels, dimes, and 1 cents. I go to the one in Kentucky. I mean, it would be even better to play like a quarter than to play a penny. But I guess you can play a penny. I guess you can play a penny. If you play 25 pennies a quarter, but I don't like it like that. I like to know that it's a quarter machine and not a penny machine that I can bet a quarter. I want a full quarter machine. That's Is that the one who want to marry you? No, you talking about my ex-boyfriend. That one. No, that's the one. That's the last one that I was with who liked, to cheat, that I can't stand no more. Um but we had talked about getting married. We had. But I wouldn't marry that cheating dog for nothing. But no, it's a friend of mine, a guy we're just friends, that had asked me to I told him that I was not going to that I was celibate. And he was like, well, will you marry me? And he asked me again. This was like back in November. He said, I'm serious. Let's get married on Christmas Eve. What do we need to do? I said, you out your damn mind? You trying to marry me just to have sex? When I play Max on the pennies, it's like is it 8 cents or $8? I play. It's only that. It's sad with these men doing marrying women just to get some. That's because they don't take marriage seriously. Because after they play with you as much as they want to, they don't take marriage seriously. They go, I'm gone. Oh, $8. Mm. Oh Lord. I don't want to do that. What place you got in mind for your wedding? A beachfront or a church? Um, You know what? I could do either. I could do either. I love the water, so it would be so wonderful to get married by the water. But I also love the botanical garden. I had always said I wanted to get married at the botanical garden. What place I got? Yeah, I've always liked the botanical garden, but I could get married on the beach though. But it would have to be somewhere exotic. It can't just be any type of beach. And of course, you all already know my colors are going to be a deep purple and yellow, not gold, because I don't really care for gold like that. A happy, vibrant yellow, purple, a deep, rich purple, and a vibrant, happy yellow. I saw so many weddings in Jamaica at the resort they set up on the beach, and it's beautiful. I bet it is. The resort that we was on had a place for them to go and get married. Yeah, those are the purple represents like royalty and loyalty and strength and power, and yellow represents happiness, the brightness of it represents happy. That's why I love those colors together. Oh, for sure. I'm inviting the whole chat. The whole chat. And for the crazies that want to straggle in, they already know what's gonna happen. Nope, they said up right there and it was blocked off, but we can see. Sometimes I be wondering about that. I'm like, I wonder what is the man gonna be like that I marry. Sometimes I be thinking about that. I'm like, dog, I be thinking about the type of personality that I got. And I be wondering, I'm like, I wonder, like, I'll be back, y'all. I have to ask you about something to see. Okay. I be wondering about I be wondering about that. Yeah, TT baby, those colors are so beautiful. Snoozer cake, who going to be like your father? He going to be like your father. Yeah, I am. I'm very picky. My dad had a lot of substance in him. He had a lot of substance. So I do want the man that I married to have that. Yeah, those colors are so beautiful. I promise you. It's the penny machine called 888. You can play $32 a spin. I saw the man hit for 4,000. He was only playing a dollar and 50, and he got 1,000 free spins, just like if he was $32. Oh wow. Mm. Hey, the Bloggers Purge Show. Hopefully he will show up soon when you're not expecting it. That's normally how it happens. They show up when you are not expecting it. And y'all know what's so funny? The guy that I was telling y'all about that had asked me to marry him. Um, some of these men be so slick. He lived. I think he lives with a girl. I hadn't looked into it like I could, but I'm almost sure that he does. That's the reason why I just laughed. I was like, Lord Jesus. I said, Negro, how you gonna pull that off? And you living over there with somebody? I ain't living with nobody. I just haven't looked into it because it's not like we've been going out or anything like that. What's wrong with you, Riley? What's wrong, Riley? Come on. Let Riley come over here since he whining. What's wrong? Remy, stop. Leave him alone. What's wrong, Riley? What you whining about? A switch B said my dog. Yeah, he just whining. I don't know what he whining about. He just standing on the couch whining. I wonder what's wrong with him. Now that I'm rubbing him, he's not whining. You know what? They haven't said anything about Boosie's charges anymore. They haven't. Stay dangerous and stay away from the M3 sector. Better stay away from me. They the ones came into my space. I love you too, Paige T Clean. Tell them to stay away from me. And I stay dangerous. And I ain't the only one. We already know who the people are in the M3 sector. The people around me know who it is that had been harassing me. It wouldn't even be healthy for them to try to mess with me. I don't know. He might miss home. He might. What my people says, Gotti and Angela is in Detroit, surrounded by his own security. Oh wow! So they in Detroit. Paige T Clean says they're sneaky. Hmm. Well, it's some of them that's sneaky. We know it's some of them that's sneaky, and the law enforcement know. I just don't, know why they chose me to start messing with. These people, it's not like I was seeking them out. They came into my space and started hacking me and started violating me. They started this stuff. They started it. So, it's unfortunate that a few people who had an obsession with me, and these some of those women violated me. They had an obsession with me has brought a lot of scrutiny on their whole sector. And it would have happened rather, yeah, this messed up. It would have happened whether did anything or not, because the people that had been in their sector and they fall out with each other had already started telling on them. When a case was open about what these folks was doing to me, from my understanding, they had already been getting emails, the FBI and stuff, about what this sector was doing. I was just one more person. It's just that it was a couple guys that was completely obsessed where I mean, it was a problem for 2 years. You would think when people hack you and I guess they find out whatever it is they want to find about you that they leave you alone. So trust me, I stay dangerous because I understand that's not a normal person. I know it's not a reflection of everybody over there, but it's unfortunate that whoever it was that was doing dirt over there that ain't even been studying me, period. The ones or whoever else that they was obsessed with. I'm not the only woman that they was obsessed with on here. Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm back. My mama said they put Whoopi Goldberg out of the awards. Why they put her out of the awards? Yeah, Paige T. Clean. It is. It's a cold game, but what they should have did was they should have left me alone. She says my auntie WG got put out probably for smoking weed. Hmm. What I can't understand is how anybody in Memphis, could um well, I ain't gonna worry about it. I ain't gonna say that. Yeah, they need to leave Whoopi alone because Whoopi had not even been in nothing. I used to love to see Whoopi Goldberg in movies. She was funny to me. They says you got a cane corso. I love those dogs. They look so badass and intimidating. See, I didn't even know Whoopi smoked weed. Hmm. She said the breed is not to be F with. She said, "Don't tell the view." I tell you, and probably Oprah doing. It ain't no telling because we've been hearing about a lot of stuff that Oprah been doing. Stop, stop, stop. That's been low down. A lot of stuff that Oprah been doing. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Paige T. Clean, OP and Whoopi, good friends. Paige T. Clean, aren't you from out of Memphis? Aren't you a Memphian? Cecilia says the Black Barbie 777. You are right. And plus the Detroit police officer don't give a care about Gotti and his bull crap. Tay's kitchen is bigger than you. I know it costs a lot to feed him. I have a little cocker spaniel, and he costs so much and mad greedy. I'm not going any more pets after this. He's old, 9 years old. I thought I remembered you. Yeah, I thought I remembered you. Doron says I need a man. Why you feel like I need a man, Doron? Why you say that? Doron, why you say I need a man? I want to hear why Doron says I need a man. She said, "Girl." I want to hear why Doron says I need a man. She from Memphis and she ain't going. That's right, Miss Nelly. Doron, I sound lonely. You sound like a troll. You sound like a troll. You sound lonely to be. You sound lonely to be. Over here in my chat. Are you from the Mo 3 sector? Are you from Paperwork Party? That's where you from. That's where you from, Doron. You sound like a pedophile. Are you a pedophile? Mm-hmm. The pedophile. Switch B says, I'm 5'1". The rest of the family is tall. And he's 3 years old. He eats fresh meat from farms nearby and brown rice and fruits. Mm. Mm-hmm. Doe lonely. He lonely. You know he got to be lonely to be over here trying to troll me. He ain't just lonely, he's sick. I know when they sick, it pops up. It's I told y'all they said it's just some of them with a couple of them, it's just they can't resist it. They have to come over here and troll me. They just so you right, I am gonna stay dangerous. I keep that thing on me. And they better think well. Because we already know who the ones are. And I showed I got they the riders I got ain't sissified. They some real ones. And they gonna hate it. I think they need to stay out of my chat and go on. Whatever obsession it is that they got, they need to stop sending their people over here. Um, with intimidation, trying to because they can't, and with trolling. I think they need to go on. Paige C. Cleveland says, I wanted you to do something on Dominique Davis. They used to live down the street from you back in our high school days. Where did they used to live at, Paige T. Clean? Where exactly did Dominique Davis live? Clarinetta says, push the shit back. In Twinkletown. Okay. Is that the young lady that went missing? Her family? Her granny? What street did her granny live on? Um, Joy Loves God says, yeah, it's a sad situation. It is. It's definitely a sad situation. I don't hear them talking a whole lot about it anymore. I wonder why not. Dominique, her situation is one of those situations. That's the young lady that they found, right? Where her mother, she came from out of Mississippi. Am I right? Paige C. Clean? Is that the young lady who came to visit her boyfriend? And he said he dropped her off somewhere and they found her unalived. Cecilia says, I seen a story on YouTube stating those girls at the school was sent to Jerry Epstein Island along with her other friend Weinstein. Oh Lord. Oh, okay. Switch B says, I know she's from Memphis, moved to Vegas and came home to visit her man in Memphis. Oh, okay. I thought she was from Memphis, moved to Mississippi. I didn't know she had moved to Vegas. Yes, the same thing. She flew from Vegas to Memphis to be with her boyfriend. Okay. Tay Kitchen says, y'all be good. Okay, Tay, thank you. Oh, why they don't arrest him yet? They're probably okay. Paige T. Clean, did you know her personally? Did you know her personally? Oh, you know her sister Tamika. So what are they saying? What kind of updates do they have on her? Because I haven't been hearing anything. She used to date my cousin Levi. Okay, what kind of updates do they have on her? Switchby says Cypress was posting her a lot. The guy's story sounds so stupid. I don't know if they do go and get him. They probably weighing out all. Ain't no telling what's going on with it. Update none. Can't find the autopsy. That's weird. That's weird. Mika don't answer the phone no more. Hmm. Switchby, he claims he kicked her out after they fought, and he don't know what happened after that. Then the fool blamed husband ex-girlfriend for the murder. Oh wow. Hmm. 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 Body found behind pawn shop 2 miles from boyfriend house. If he had anything to do with it, he'll be arrested soon. If he did, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Finesse two times little brother was trying to. I think Finesse two times little brother had interviewed the boyfriend or something like that. And from my understanding, they said the boyfriend claimed that his baby mama and them wanted to do something to her or something. If I'm not mistaken. Hey, Carl Hannah. Anutu says he said cameras everywhere, even in his house. Hmm. So, what would have been the motivation? Were they arguing? Like, or was he back since she was living in Vegas? Was he back with his baby's mother? And she came down and found out that it wasn't what it seemed like it sounds like a love triangle to me. You can cut the camera off at your house anytime you want to, but you can't cut the camera off around the neighborhood or get you. No, you can't. You sure can't. You cannot. Yeah, they have been arguing back and forth that day, going different places to meet up family members to see them. And at the end of the night, he got frustrated because he got physical. He probably is he living with a girl? Is he living with his baby's mother? Yes, they were making lives and very drunk and shooting. I think he killed her over a stupid drunken argument. Sounds like they met on a dating app, had sex about 3 or 4 times, and moved in the second time she met him. That's what it sounds like. How are you? I work a lot, and when I am off, I spend time with my wife, but I always go back and watch your channel that I miss. I have to work tomorrow. Thank you, Carl Hannah. Thank you so much. He got mad when she mentioned her deceased cousin AGD on her live. His energy changed. Mm. Snoozy Cake says, I thought Cypress said the word in the streets was the boyfriend trying to done something to her. You know what? I had not been keeping up with that because they have been so quiet. It leads me to believe that when they get quiet like that, that is something happening. So I'm sure her case is more than likely going to be solved. Because if it wasn't, they would have put it on the news several more times. So they're probably on the verge of making some type of arrest of some kind. It sounds like that the baby's mothers live nearby. He has his own place. Dominique bags and belongings were found the next day at his place or residence. Oh wow. Hmm. Hmm. I hate that for the young lady. Lord knows I do. So, Paige T. Clean, what do you think it's going to take since you are a Memphian? So, what do you think it's going to take for this crime to be for the crime to be cleaned up in Memphis? Miss Nelly says, do y'all really think the hit came from D Camp or of Juke or someone on the street? Oh no, I think it came from someone he might have been doing business with. Am I typing too much? No. I'm asking you, so what you think it's gonna take to clean up the streets in Memphis? Your mindset is very strong. I love listening to you. My sister used to live in Memphis on summer. Yeah. Summer is a busy little area. I promise you. Switch B says my uncle called off his wedding and his girlfriend moved back to her hometown state. They broke up because she didn't want to work. My mom had the nerve to say, well, he makes over 150K. Mm. Hey, Roland. A takeover, a buyout program is going to clean up Memphis. So why do you think that Memphis has gotten so bad? Why do you think Memphis has gotten so bad? There's no solution for misplaced anger. Mm. Um, that was back in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. Is the zoo unpopular? The violence will go down if we could have a public lynching, score us, scare us straight. A public lynching, scare us straight. Mm. Corruption is a problem in Memphis. That's why the city is bad. Mm. So, Paige T. Clean, what do you think happened to Juke? What do you think happened in Big Juke's situation? As a Memphian, I be real interested in what other Memphians feel. As a Memphian, what do you think happened in that situation? You from South Memphis, so when they passed, um, stop whipping a child's ass is when Memphis got bad. Yeah, that's you right. You right. That happened nationwide. A lot of transplants have moved to Memphis from New Orleans, St. Louis, Detroit, Dallas, Milwaukee, from all over. Mm. Run the lights up in the algorithm. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Mm. He said it's been off the chain since the pandemic. Paige T. Clean, what do you think happened to Big Juke? She said ain't no telling where they came. Hmm. Mm-hmm. You're right. It ain't no telling. It ain't no telling. One thing I do know, if my brother had died and I love him so much, I would not be in Detroit. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. A Snoozy Cake says, I don't know, people grieve differently. Mm. I don't know. Like I said, that's one of those ones I don't even try to guess about because it ain't no telling. You just have to kind of let that one play out. Memphis is a distribution city. Mm. I tell you, I think he had a cover patient with some people and it didn't go very well. So he's talking about people snaking him. So he's talking about people snaking him. But he knew who it was. A decision was made and they took him out. Oh, wow. Mm. One thing that Memphis gonna always hold is a great place to start a business. Here, that's a fact. Research it. I can't believe it. I'm like, what in the world? Mm. When my brother died, a piece of me died. To each his own. Memphis life goes on. Tupac, when you jump in the streets, you got to know what that means. Yeah. Yeah, but I wouldn't wish, death upon anyone. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I hate that happened. I do. I really do. I really do. Mm, mm, mm. All I have is hearsay and talk in the break room. Yeah. I don't know what happened to Jude. Yeah, I don't either. Nobody does. I don't really believe except for Juke and the people in his immediate circle and the people that did it. I think the people in his immediate circle probably knows. Who knows? You never can tell. Mm, mm, mm. Hmm. So you don't think Govan had any involvement in the juke thing? I've never suspected him, but I be having to look at everyone. You know what? I don't know. I don't know. Like she just said, it could have been anybody. I mean, that it's one of those things that I mean, what I believe that it has something to do with probably some business situations. But when you start talking about somebody, but rather snake you than face you, that's somebody that's in the circle like right around you. Cypress probably asleep. Mm. Miss Nelly says, Snoozy, I believe he did since Govan been out. He been tie loose ends. Teresa says, probably somewhere snoring. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. When Govan was in jail, everyone was living. No, Govan is under heavy surveillance from feds 22/4 24/7. Hmm. Yeah, they sleep. All they wanted to do was he was whining because he wanted to lay up under me. And once he started laying up under me, he got quiet and went to sleep. Snoozer Cake says it's definitely something to think about. I just wonder how close of surveillance he's under. That would answer my question. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I was going to say Govan never did cross my mind. No. Hey, anything is possible, but you never know. When they started coming into, like I said, when it first happened, I went live. Folks was coming into my chat. They was mentioning. I can't even remember the folks that they was mentioning, but they was mentioning um something else that it had something to do with some money or some bad weed or some hell. I don't know. Other people say that was too personal. It didn't have nothing to do with no weed. I don't know. But people were saying some of everything. Teresa says my puppies think they can't go to sleep if that he was doing all that whining. He was standing there looking at me whining because he wanted to come and Remy was up under me and he wanted to come and lay up under me. Govan messed up when he went out of town. I seen them people commenting. I think it was too personal for it to just be weed. But then again, you got to show people, don't play with me. I don't know if it was about some weed. Either way, it was messed up. Either way it goes, but it had to have been. It must have been about $1 million worth of weed. Hell, to be that mad. I seen them people. Oh yeah. Mm. 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 Yeah, we're losing our own, and we're consistently doing it to each other. And that's what's so sad about it. We're consistently doing it to each other. If we're not taking each other out, we want to feel comfortable in invite. Look, y'all done talked them up. Lord have mercy. We want to feel comfortable in violating each other, and that's just messed up. Like I said, it's just I never thought I would live to see the day where men would get on social media behind a keyboard and try and terrorize and violate women, and they have other women work with them doing it, and then get mad because everything that has a beginning has an ending. You can't think that you can consistently mess with people that has not bothered you and it does not have an ending, right? Everything has an ending. And people do it to themselves. They want to blame everybody else. They need to blame their sick minds for even wanting to go and violate somebody. Cypress, you found your way out of there. Cypress trying to find his way to Memphis. Ooh. I'm gonna have to make me some coffee. Paige C. Clean says cookie shop, old news. You know what? People always talked about the cookie shop. Like I said, I have never heard anybody credible say that the cookie shop was involved. People had a issue with me saying that. You don't think like I think. That's why I know these folks on here emotionally unstable. That's why I stay strapped. My family stays strapped. And I ain't gonna sit up in here and be no damn private investigator and not know the people that have targeted me so that people around me can know. So at least if they get froggy enough to send a damn fool, they're gonna miss somebody too. They're gonna be missing some people. Right. But I understand like how these men are on here when you start learning about their mental state. They have sicknesses. And when they focus in on women, I don't know why they focused in on me. Because of their sickness, they don't really know how to stop. And so what they want to do is, they want to, um, because of their histories of violating women and children, they want to find people that are on meds. I'm told they have people around them that are on meds, according to law enforcement, that they try and trick into going and sending them out to do hits and stuff like that. Um, but they sending them to their death when they come around me, and they gonna have some folks missing. Also, if they do it, they better think about it twice. They better think about that sickness and an obsession that they had with me twice. Because I got a gang of real street dudes. They ain't no keyboard gangsters. They don't believe in being seen. They hard to the core. They don't take no 500, no $1,000 to go do nothing. They hardcore. Um, and professional. They're gentlemen. Paige DeClin says no cookie people been cleared by the cops in the hood. Beta says Cypress, your boy in Detroit, huh? Jerry didn't. Jerry did not get shot. Who said that Jerry got shot? She didn't get shot because we saw her, um, down there over him. You know, I hate that. I hated to see that her like that. I really did. It is the music, drugs, and keyboards that's killing Memphis. Yep. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. The music, drugs, and keyboards. You're right. Because they get their ass on a phone and on a computer and start typing. You're right. Girl, I've been drinking coffee. I'm drinking a whole big liter and a half of water right now because I've been drinking coffee so much. I was like, I got to dilute that with a big thing of water. Mm. She gone out. She took her ass out in this weather. Oh, Jesus Christ. So Cypress, that's where he was at. He was on the phone with her until she left. You put pet milk in your coffee? Oh Lord. I'm gonna tell you, I like powdered creamer. I do. I love powdered creamer. Hmm. I love hazelnut. I love French vanilla. Sometimes I like the caramel, but it could be too sweet. I just like a little bit of sweetness, but I definitely like a lot of creamer. Snoozy Cake says my boyfriend is obsessed with coffee. I'm a tea drink girl. I am so obsessed with coffee. Now I do have I have started buying that oat milk creamer. I have started buying that. It don't have any sugar in it. Caramel macchiato liquid. I've never seen that one. Sickness and obsession are fatal combinations. Oh, for sure. For the person that is sick and obsessed, it's definitely fatal for them. Cause I ain't no victim. I've never lived my life like a victim, and I would never be one. That's something that they trained us. That's the mentality that when we was in the academy. And that's the mentality that I stick with. I don't care what they think. Fuck what they think. I ain't never been nobody's victim and I never will be. So for the person that's sick and obsessed, it is a deadly combination for them. For them and whoever they love. You right. Teresa K says I put some hazelnut creamer than coffee. I put more hazelnut creamer than coffee. Kara Hannah says, I'm old school. This didn't have nothing to do with Young Dolph. Stop putting pre in it. They are the future of rap and they are independent. I pray for them, young men. May God bless them. I don't like how the hazelnut creamer smell. I love the hazelnut creamer. It's a lot of people that are not coffee drinkers. I love coffee. And a lot of people like to go to Starbucks and buy their coffee. That coffee is too strong. I can't drink Starbucks coffee. Paige C. Clean says, I hate hazelnut in my coffee. A lot of people say they don't like hazelnut. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all know those little creamers that be in the packages, those liquid creamers. I can't drink those. Stop, Remy. Because anything that um don't have to be refrigerated and it's supposed to be like a milk, it couldn't be because they sit out on the shelf. You don't have to put them in the refrigerator. It's something wrong with that. That's not real milk. That's something else. I don't want it. I don't buy it. Hey, Vanessa. Vanessa, Cypress just said you was going out. You know what? I have not bought any hot chocolate because I love hot chocolate so much. It is so fattening. I love it so much. And what I do is I like to buy almond milk and heat it up on the stove. And that's how I make my hot chocolate. I don't use water. I use almond milk. And I was like, hot chocolate is so fattening. I'm just not gonna even buy the packages. I love honey and lemon in my tea. Me too, girl. I love honey and lemon in my tea. I love honey and lemon in my tea. When I was around here real sick, I was drinking me a hot toddy every night. I said, Lord, I'm gonna mess around and be a damn drunk. Teresa K says, that's like the store puts pumpkin pie on the shelf and it has milk in it. So it should be refrigerated. Yeah. Pumpkin pie is nasty. Where's the sweet potato? Okay. I've never liked pumpkin pie. Folks always say, pumpkin pie and sweet potato pie the same. It's not the same. It's not the same. I gotta have sweet potato pie. Paisley Clean says I'm too cheap for Starbucks. Did Manisa say she was going out? I missed it. Oh, she didn't say nothing else. She must be getting ready to go out. Cause she said she gets out at about 11. Ooh, child. I couldn't get out at 11 at night. So I guess I'm lonely for real. Cause I can't get out at 10 or 11. 10 or 11, I be trying to come home at 10 or 11. Oh, he said she outside. Auntie Cypress trying to come up. Oh, okay. Okay. May Dolph legacy continue to live on. I pray the God bless PR. Miss Tammy, you ain't never lonely. You always got God by your side. You're very attractive. Thank you very much, Carl Hannah. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this to the Mo3 sector and Onan and anybody else that has ever had issues with me for whatever reasons. Their sick mind, twisted minds have had them to zone in on me. Every Wednesday, what we do is we have um every Wednesday what we do is we have prayer. Okay. It's not Bible study, and it's prayer. And because of what I've learned through people, I don't know if the people are whatever their reasons are. When somebody violates you, when people are determined to violate you, and you have I think it is a just predestined by God for folks to start falling out. And when they start falling out, they be ready to get their lick back, right? And when they know that you violated somebody, because I'm in contact with another young lady um who says that she was violated, and the person that reached out to her told her about they had violated me too, and she reached out to me via Facebook and asked me about it to let me know that she had one of the same people had reached out to her and told her that she was being violated by the same sector. Okay, had been violated by the same sector. Okay, but we have prayer every Wednesday, and of course, law enforcement knows. My family knows. My mother and my kids, and my family knows. My cousins and them sure know. Okay, because when it comes to men that have sicknesses that have an insistence on violating women, that's when the men in my family get involved. Although they're street dudes and they've been out in the street forever, they will allow law enforcement to do what they're supposed to do as it relates to these obsessions and stuff. Since they can't leave me alone, one came in my chat tonight. Which, as a matter of fact, two came in here tonight. Okay. Um, but I pray for them. I pray for their minds. I pray for God to touch their minds, because I don't want to have to put one of them men to sleep. And you better know it's documented. And I already have it in my mind, because when I go to the range, my girls go right with me. But I have already put it in my mind that I might have to take down them or one of them motherfuckers they got on meds. It's already in my mind. I've already accepted it. Because when you have messed with somebody for 2 years and you can't leave them alone, the only other thing is they're going to send somebody. They ain't brave enough to do it. They're going to send somebody that's mentally ill, and I'm going to have to kill them. That's the reason why I have it documented. That's the reasons why it is being investigated in hopes of making arrest, because I've already accepted that I'm going to have to kill them. You can't harass somebody for 2 years and can't stop. It's a sickness. You constantly sending people in my chat as if I don't know who they are. And you can't leave me alone. You got your hackers who can't stop, that know how to manipulate these Apple iPhones. as if they just stupid as fuck. Okay? So I've already accepted it. I ain't nobody's victim. And so when you send somebody out to come back to my house, you got to know you sending them to their death. And I can say this on here because it is documented what these men do. I don't want my cousins to go back to federal prisons for these dime store hoods. But because they're real men, they was ready to. Anybody in their right mind knows that nobody that has a logical mind fixates on a woman that they don't even know, don't want no parts of them, ain't never did nothing to them. That's a sick obsession. And it's unfortunate that they get women to work with them, right? I don't trust no damn women. Shit. So it would be a damn shame for them to trick a woman. And I'm pro woman. To trick a woman into believing. That's what they tried to do to the young lady who finally allowed God to use her. And she didn't say that this was the Mo3 sector. She said exactly who this was. This was Onan, she said, that tried to get her to come and do something to me. She alleges that it was him. That's in emails, that is on voice recordings, and it is in paperwork. So when you have all of these men that have that got an obsession with you so bad that they're consistently soliciting people to mess with you, women who want acceptance, that don't know how to say, I ain't get ready to do that, fuck you. And other men that have histories of violations that saying, well, maybe if I go to a house, she might be vulnerable. I might be able to sexually violate her. Mentally ill, not knowing they coming to their death. While they sit back on their keyboards with their twisted minds and look for weak people to manipulate. Fixated on people to the point where they know that they can't sit with me because they twisted. They twisted. So you see a girl on YouTube that you ain't never had a conversation with, minding her own business, don't want nothing to do with you. And you become fixated on harassing her for 2 years to the point where you violate my privacy and think that you got a right to do it. And mad that I had a step up on them motherfuckers and they've been up on the investigation for a year. And so they send people to try and send out idle threats. They got the game all the way fucked up. They got it all the way messed up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a sad situation in a sad world when people become obsessed with folks, especially men that ain't even studying them. Ooh, she said something I ain't like. She wasn't nice to me. I remember this guy, and this guy was mentally sane. This is how I know a mentally ill person is real dangerous. This guy was cool with on Facebook. We had did business and stuff together. And he would come and buy advertisement and stuff from me. And I was having a bad day one day. There ain't no telling what I had going on here. I have stuff going on in my life. Yeah, black men at that. Other black men. It's a damn shame. Don't no real men want to kill no damn woman just because they know that she don't care for them. And so and so that's why the FBI had to get involved and has been. Now all the other stuff they've been finding out is just because other people in these folks circles. Because I was more concerned about when the young lady came forward and said that she was solicited to try and take me out, and I'm still trying to figure out why. I'm still trying to understand why. And so that's when people that was also connected to her, they started talking about these scams and stuff that was going on. Okay. Because they all have had some type of contact with each other. You have to understand now. When I filed a report and the investigators started working with the FBI, you cannot solicit hits from across straight lines, state lines. That's when the feds get involved. And that's when all this other stuff started coming up about these scams and shit. Hell, I didn't know nothing about that. I sure didn't know when I was getting all these emails and stuff. We found out recently it was because folks was trying to get loans in my business names and shit, all in California. Okay, I've never in my life been so mad at a person that or looked at a person. Because I'm gonna tell you why I take it seriously. I had this guy that was obsessed with me when I was on. Well, I'm still on TV. So I don't play no games. I just don't. I take it seriously. And at the time, my girls were minors, and that man would call me every time my show come on. Look at you, look at you. And then it went from cussing me out to I'm gonna rape you. And man, I was working for the sheriff's office at that time, and so we would park in the gate. The administrative area had parking in the gate. Okay, we had reserved parking in the gate. That man was out there one day. This is when it started getting real bad. That's why I know these YouTubers, these men on here, they sick. And he said to me, he said, right, I am. I've been paying close attention to my accounts and my credit. And yeah, it's sick and scary. But they on top of it, they so anyways, he said, I saw you walking into um your job today. My weight has always fluctuated. In the wintertime, I gain weight. Around springtime and summertime, I lose weight. Around this time, it was around the wintertime. I'll never forget. And he said, I seen you today. That ass is getting mighty big back there. I saw you walking into your job. And so then my mother started to get concerned. This man was coming to 201 Poplar and watching me go into my job. I had no idea who he was. So then I filed a report, and I went ahead and filed a report. And so they started tracing like his numbers and stuff. They started tracing his numbers, and they figured out who he was. And they figured out he was Victor. And I think they started doing it because I was working for the chief, and he made sure that they got on top of it. And so then he kept doing it. He stopped for about 6 months, and he started back. And when he started back, it went from I want to RAPE you to I'm gonna RAPE your little girls and make you watch. And the chief said, you better get that motherfucker, and y'all better do something right now. They was able to trace him, and they went and arrested him. And right before they arrested him, when they went to the rooming house that he was staying in, he said this man did this for 3 years. That's why I know these niggas on here sick. You don't harass nobody for 1 and 2 and 3 years. It's going on. Young Dolph was assassinated in 2001. These Negroes started in 2002. And so they went, he called me and he said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Whoever the people at the rooming house let him know that the detectives was looking for him and they had a warrant for him. He said, I'm sorry. I promise I won't never call you again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Because he knew they was looking for him. They went and got him. And that nigga did 11 months and 29 days. When he got out, it tells me that he got into the church and stuff. He been into the church and stuff supposedly deep ever since then. So I've had this happen to me before, except for with him, he was more sick. Ain't no telling what he would have did. But these niggas on here are cracked out and on drugs, and their obsession is real deep. And they think that they are able to hide behind a keyboard, and it becomes more dangerous because they're being revealed. Motherfuckers, everybody already know. The folks that has been dropping dimes on y'all has been telling who y'all were. If you don't want to face the law, why don't you leave folks alone? Is it that hard? See, like the investigator was saying that's on my case, when it's hard for them to leave you alone, the nigga came in here tonight, one of them. I think you lonely. It's irresistible because they supposed to see my channel lit up and pass right on by it since they gotta hate, but they can't do it because it's an obsession. They ain't even supposed to be sitting in the bushes. If you got such a hate for a person that you don't even know, that's number one, how you know they sick. But they can't do it. And that's why I have accepted that I'm going to have to off one of them. I'm going to have to off them. They already sent somebody to my house. The guy came to my house as I had just walked in when my dad died. And my mama say to me to this day, your daddy's spirit had ascended and he was protecting you. Because I came in and I sat on my couch and I was in such a shock and a depression when they hit my door. I said, dog, I didn't see that person walk up because I was doing something up my driveway. When I looked at them, they had on all their red. It's on my camera. A good shot. Because what the police did was they put his picture in a system. They got hits of similarities. Right? And my mama said your dad's spirit was protecting you because I said, I don't know who this is knocking on my door, but I don't want no company. I don't want no company. And I got to looking at him. I said, I don't know this person, but I don't know him. You know, now the girl had already told me after this happened with my dad that they tried to solicit her to do it. And y'all think the FBI ain't involved? You motherfuckers stupid as fuck. And y'all think I ain't have a right to get them involved? That's when you know it's a sick obsession. She say something, we gonna take her out. Fuck y'all. You motherfuckers, I held back long enough. Kiss my ass. You motherfuckers up under investigation. You bitches gonna send hits on YouTube because of a vlog? You sick. But I have made peace, but that I'm gonna have to take a stupid motherfucker down. I've already accepted it. When we was in the academy, we did training all day, every day on accepting that we would have to kill somebody. I have accepted it because I know they sick. I've even accepted that it's probably gonna be a stupid ass bitch Since these women want to be accepted so bad, I don't want to take another woman down. I have accepted it, but it's on paper because I don't bother these people. It's on paper. And I got some real thugs that's been ready. I know what real men, real thugs do. They don't be on YouTube looking at women mad at them. She gonna get more views than me. We gonna take her out. That ain't what real thugs do. That's what bitches do. They don't know. They don't know, but they gonna know. They don't know. DJ Sips out, but they gonna know. Cause I got the whole Memphis police and the whole Mississippi police area on alert. I have the FBI when hits and stuff are solicited from across state lines, the FBI get involved. But it's documented. These motherfuckers I ain't doing a day for defending myself or my family because a nigga is obsessed with me. I ain't doing a day. So everything gonna be documented. People say, well, why she get on her vlog and talk about it? Because I've been told this is a way of documentation. And then they come in here and they prove it. Y'all think I'm a damn fool? Hell, I ain't crazy. They crazy. I'ma call it out. That's why I say don't block them. They play themselves. I don't block them. Why you don't want to block? I just don't want them blocked. What I say, let them have at it for a few minutes. Now block them. What they do, they're gonna make 3, 4 more other pages. Every video that I do, when I get off, I download them and they go on a jump drive. Every video that I've done in the past where I've been harassed, they was downloaded, they were put on thumb drives. The investigators got them. Every email, every conversation that where people have called me, whether it was harassing me, sending idle threats, sending sick emails, harassing me about my dad, harassing me, period. They've been they've been screenshotted, they've been downloaded, they've been recorded, and the investigators got it. Am I not supposed to do that? Yeah, I'm supposed to do it. They're not supposed to be doing it. You're not supposed to have an obsession with a person to the point that you cannot leave them alone. You feel like that you right in trying to violate them. They violated my privacy, listening to my phone conversations, and still logged in. They so motherfucking stupid. The police been married my phone 3 months ago. So they got bitches calling me as if we don't know, bitch, you one of the ones that they use to hack hoe. But I know how to play it off. I'm good at that. Anyways, a page T clean. I have. Oh, you said have I ever shot somebody? I thought you said I had to reread that. Have I ever shot a gun? No, I've never shot anybody. But you better ask them about me when I was down there at the range. I was one of the top damn shooters down at that motherfucker. And I still go to the range. Miss Teresa, I don't know. But they need to arrest them soon, don't it? I'm gonna send another email up tonight because I think they're getting more and more desperate when they feel like, because I let it go on too long because my dad had a lot going on, because they understand that they're not going to be able to violate me. They're becoming more and more desperate. We ain't gonna be able to hack her phone. Oh, they done married her phone. So they know when we logging in, we ain't gonna be able to do that no more. Who that sickness, that desperation of not being able to violate me, not being able to be in my space, that desperation and that sickness tends to rise. Okay. They've been caught, basically. It's just that they into other things too. So more than going to jail, the thought of not being able to violate me anymore is sending them into a rage right now. I know you motherfuckers heard me on my phone when I kept saying, y'all, this is the phone that's hacked. I bet their minds told them, instead of trying to get log out, she know the phone hack and can't do nothing about it. Stupid motherfuckers. I said it every time when people call me on a certain phone. Y'all, this phone hack right here. Don't say that this phone hack. Anyway, anyways, child, these folks act like I'm Beyonce or some damn body. They act like I'm Beyonce. Jesus Christ. Anyway, y'all. No, I haven't seen that. Who is Tamara Green? When do you have lives? Paige T. Clean. When do you have lives? I'm gonna have to look that up. The Tamara Green. Oh, you're talking about in Detroit. You're talking about in Detroit. Yeah, I see that. I see that. It goes back to what I always say. You may get by. Leslie, Daryl up in here. You might get by, but you never get away. You might get by, but you never get away. And I got some Holy Ghost filled praying warriors around me. Oh wow. Mm. I think it was Cecilia that says that Kwame has been working in the city of Memphis. It says Cecilia says Kwame has been working for the city of Memphis. Yep, they said Kwame has been working for the city of Memphis. Mm. All love, all this BS because you showing off love. People in general are sick. Our black culture will hate till the end. Saw that we each other for no reason. I'm telling you, don't know men that have healthy minds go after women that they don't know at all. Never even had a conversation with. Even when men had a crush on a woman, they didn't do what these folks are on here doing. And you would think like a schoolboy crush is, their minds are immature. These are men in their late 30s and 40s and close to 50, and women that are in their 40s and 50s. They're sick. I'm telling you, that's the reason why I don't miss prayer on Wednesdays. I don't. If I can't make it to the church, I get on the line. I don't miss prayer on Wednesdays. Because see, what I started trying to do, and it started running my pressure up. I started trying to fight this thing in the physical. But see, when you're dealing with evil people have spirits on them that attach to them. They don't know why they obsessed with me. They don't. It's a spirit. It's a lunatic spirit that attaches to them. That's why the Bible says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, and that's what the praying warriors, the mothers and stuff, had to consistently remind me of. Baby, you trying to fight them in the physical. This is a spiritual thing They got a spirit attached to them. They don't know why they hate you or they're obsessed with you. They don't know. So we got to go up into the spiritual realm on this thing, right? And that's why I can stay mellowed out. It used to be just like I got mad the other day. I had to remind myself I have triggers on certain people when I'm finding out some of the things that they did to me. It triggers me. They violated my privacy that bad. But then what I have to do is I have to calm myself down and remember what we praying for and go up into the spiritual realm. Because that's what's going to stop all of this. All of it. All of these men on here that's used to violating women and children that have an obsession with me, that's what's going to stop it. Because I don't care what kind of voodoo witch they go to, what kind of voodoo they into. I don't care what kind of hex they think they're going to put on somebody. They can't stand up against the creator, the almighty God. They can't do it. Because God says when 2 or 3 come together in agreement, he would be in the midst and he'll fix it all. And that's what's happening. And every spell and curse that has been spoken out has been reversed back to the sender. We send it back double. Although they ain't gonna get on here, I bet a lot of them don't even understand. A lot of them spells that they speaking out on some woman that they don't even know that they became obsessed with is the same spells that they speaking out on themselves, because we reversing every one of them. I sure will, Daryl. Okay. And so you're right, Teresa. I can't give them my attention anymore because that's what makes them have an orgasm. When I give them attention, they happy. They're able to go on with their day because they're mentally sick. It gives them an orgasm. I ain't been able to get a hard in 2 months. She gave me some attention. They come all in their hand. They just come everywhere in their hand, jacking off. It makes them happy. Just Lucy, I seen it again. Kwame Fitzpatrick didn't have anything to do with her mother's murder. Her mother boyfriend that was with know who did it because the boyfriend owed money. Hmm. And I always remember this: when people start getting visits because of what they've done, oftentimes they take the investigation in a whole nother direction because they start singing like a canary and telling on everybody, especially when they've been in the midst of it, to get them on their themselves out of trouble. I always remember that. Lucia says her daughter posted a pic of her baby sister and Kwame side by side, and they do look alike. Oh wow. Hmm. Okay, y'all. Anyways, you guys, I need to get off of here and wash my hair. I need to get off and wash my hair. And let's see. If I get off and wash my hair now, I can get on the praying line at 11:30. Yeah. Okay, you guys. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. I might get back on tonight. It's just I need to wash my hair, and then I need to get on the praying line at 11:30 for 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. And then I'll get back on tonight if I'm not too sleepy after I finish washing my hair. Okay. And getting off the praying line. I love you guys. I'll speak with you later.